باربرا ليف، شكرا لك على هذه المقابلة. الإدارة الأمريكية قدمت مساعدات للمتضررين في فيضانات ليبيا. هل هناك مساعدات جديدة ستعلنون عنها؟ وهل سيكون هناك إرسال لفرق فنية ربما للمساعدة في التحقيق في أزمة انهيار السدود؟
So look, I mean, this disaster was, of course, a tragedy on a national scale, not just for the people of Eastern Libya. It was a terrifying and terrible tragedy. And so we have done an initial rollout of assistance. We have an assessment team going forward. We're going to be in very close contact with the Libyan authorities over the coming days as to how we could best direct our technical and other assistance. We have announced in several announcements a total of $12 million to date, and that's for food, medical supplies, and so forth. We also have a technical assessment team en route to assist local authorities in terms of their needs, in terms of the global impact of this crisis. So we will continue to evaluate myriad ways in which we can assist the people of Libya.
أجرى ولي العهد السعودي مقابلة طبعا مع قناة فوكس، تحدث فيها للمرة الأولى ربما مباشرة مع الشعب الأمريكي. كيف تصفين العلاقة الآن بين المملكة العربية السعودية وما بين الإدارة الأمريكية؟
I think the bilateral relationship is in very good shape. And I think even the effort that we're undergoing now in close consultation with Saudi leaders and then on the other side with Israeli leaders, I think this process itself is going to enhance our relationship. But certainly we hope ultimately that we can arrive at an agreement that will be of strategic value for all three countries, but also for the region.
هل أنت متفائلة بالنسبة لتحقيق سلام أو تطبيع بين إسرائيل وما بين المملكة خلال عهد إدارة الرئيس بايدن؟
I am always optimistic.
طبعا جزء من عملية التطبيع هو القضية الفلسطينية. سمعنا من الأمير محمد بن سلمان في المقابلة الذي قال بأن القضية الفلسطينية مهمة جدا، وهناك حديث على أن نتنياهو لا يريد تقديم تنازل. ما هي رؤية الإدارة الأمريكية؟ هل لا تزالون تتمسكون بحل الدولتين؟
So look, the President, the Secretary of State, the National Security Advisor have been on the record for 2.5 years, almost 3 years, and before we came back into office, in the forthright support, belief, conviction that the best future, the best destiny point for both peoples, Israeli and Palestinians, is two states, a negotiated two states living side by side in equal measures of security and prosperity for the peoples of both states. How we get there is really another question. So the question of the Palestinian component, as it's being called, I think the Crown Prince was very clear in his own views. We also have strong views that this is an important moment to advance that cause. I can't go into details, and I don't know where the shape of things to come, but I can assure you that it is a highest priority commitment for the United States.
الرئيس بايدن أعلن في قمة ال20 عن خطة طموحة تسمى بالممر الاقتصادي تربط أوروبا والشرق الأوسط والهند. بالنسبة للشق السعودي الأمريكي بالتحديد، هل لك أن تتحدثين عنه؟
So look, I think that project is another reflection, well, of a couple of things. One, of the strengthened relationship and the commonality of our objectives. And what are those objectives? They're to see a regional integration that has never existed before. And the integration is not just between Israel and Arab states, although that's a very important piece, it's also among the Arab states. And so this corridor of energy, digital connection, transport of people and goods and so forth, running from Southwest Asia all the way to the heart of Europe, I think it's going to be a road of prosperity for everyone. And so we are very much bound by a common set of objectives in that sense. And yes, working together on things like this with the Saudis, with the Emiratis, with others, the Indians are great partners. It will bring us all closer together too as partners.
هناك انتقاد من تركيا ومن العراق، هل سيتم ضمهم لاحقا؟ وهل هذه الاتفاقية مفتوحة للآخرين؟
Look, this is there are a number of projects underway being spoken of in the region that again will help to move things faster and connect people and build jobs and prosperity along the way. So this is not by any means a project that excludes people, rather it brings them in.
بالنسبة لخور عبد الله، هناك طبعا اختلاف بين الكويت والعراق، وأنت التقيتي مع وزير الخارجية الكويتي على هامش الجمعية العامة للأمم المتحدة. هل هناك من رؤية أمريكية لتقريب وجهات النظر؟
We went to war 30 some years ago to secure Kuwait's sovereignty, its territorial integrity, its existence as a nation state. Now, this issue, this court decision doesn't call that into question in my view, but it is very troubling, and it is certainly troubling the Kuwaitis. And I think we saw a real show of solidarity with Kuwait this week. Certainly it was a theme of our discussion at the Secretary's breakfast with his GCC counterparts. The best, of course, outcome would be that they settle all aspects of their maritime boundary, and I know that's something that has troubled both governments, and if there is any way that we can lend our good offices to that, we will do so.
طبعا ونحن نتحدث عن العراق، هل هناك تقدم أحرزته الحكومة العراقية أو حتى البنك المركزي بالنسبة لمحاربة تمويل الإرهاب عبر البنوك؟
So it's an ongoing effort, and we've provided lots of technical advice, counsel, but it's an ongoing effort. I wouldn't want to go further than that at this point.
طبعا الإدارة الأمريكية أرسلت مساعدات عسكرية للجيش اللبناني. هناك من يرى بأن الجيش لا يقوم ربما بشكل كافي بكبح جماح حزب الله أو مواجهة حزب الله، وكان هناك إطلاق على السفارة الأمريكية في لبنان. كيف تقيمين الجيش اللبناني وما يفعله؟
Let's recall what the Lebanese Armed Forces' fundamental national security role is. It's the security of the state from external enemies, and in fact, over the course of the last several years, as the crisis in Lebanon has deepened, the economic crisis, the crisis set off, of course, by pandemic, by the port blast, the Lebanese Armed Forces have taken on more and more roles that even fall outside of their traditional role. But we think it is a critical national institution, and frankly, one of the few that really attracts national public support across sectarian lines.